I got message with me today. We have my own friend, Ifeoluwa Alao.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, so if you allow, I'm representing a brand here called The Spirit, and what we do basically is to proclaim the kingdom through the media. So, doing the closet today, I feel, is another means for us to show the efficacy of the kingdom in the globe generally.
Well, that's great. That's great. We're honored to have you here. Thank you so very much for joining us. And we also have my brother, my brother Meshach Ikenna.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. When I got the invite, I didn't feel like one of the most, what's the word now? One of the most qualified to do this. However, it's a privilege that I honor and I'm grateful. So, like he said, I am Ikenna Meshach. I'm an investment banker with Coronation Merchants Bank. Just like I said, I'm honored to be here, and at the end, it is our hope and expectation that Jesus will be glorified in this discourse. Thank you.
My name is Abraham Moses, and I'm honored to be your host for today. Okay, sir. I would like us to the whole thing. Okay, I had this thought like the field of medicine. The field of medicine. If we were in Eden, in Eden, the garden, I don't think we would have medicine because nobody would be sick, obviously. Then,
Yes.
How about tech? Do you think we would have tech if we were still in Eden?
Okay, from my own perspective, I think we have some level of technology, but in actual sense, we have some greater form of technology compared with what we have.
Wow.
Because I believe when God said He created us in His image and likeness, giving us the ability to rule and subdue, there are some characteristics of God that we possess inherent after the creation. And because of the fall of man, we are unable to go further or deeper in that light. I don't know if you are getting it. Okay, for example now, Adam has that intelligence of giving every animal their name. So, can you imagine giving something name, and that's what God actually have in His heart to call it? So that shows a level of intelligence coming or streaming out from God onto Adam. So I believe there are some other stuff like within communication. I believe part of what is wired into us during creation should be that we should be able to connect or relate with each other, talk or express how we feel to each other regardless of distance. But you see, after the fall of man, we are now trying to invent things like using cell phone, towers to be able to connect with each other, WhatsApp, stuff like that. But I believe you can be in London and I should be able to communicate with you regardless of distance.
Okay, this man wants to take me very far. He wants to take me very far. No, we'll come back. I'll ask a question. My last question would in a way connect to what you just answered. What do you think is all of this knowledge that we have in tech? Is it not as a result of Adam eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Like knowledge is the knowledge of all of these, not from that ingestion.
In answering that question, even though I wouldn't answer it straightforward, I would say that there will always be knowledge because the way man was formed ab initio is such that he was created in such a way as to always know and to keep knowing. The God who made him in such a way that he will continually grow in his knowing of his maker. So if God has placed in man that, let me call it hunger, to want to know,
Curiosity.
curiosity, to want to inquire, to want to find out, to want to investigate, it therefore means that there was a room that was created for man to build in knowledge. The concern about the fruit that was eaten in the garden was that he ate something that gave him forbidden knowledge. So, in the whole ecosystem of knowledge, there is knowledge that is profitable, there is knowledge that is unprofitable. And so, when you teach young children, for instance, in as much as you want to teach them to grow in a certain way, you know that in trying to teach them to grow in a certain way, there is a forbidden knowledge they should not know at that stage. Exposure to such knowledge will give you the opposite result that you expected. Right? So, Adam violating the rule of God in the garden and eating of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil exposed him essentially to forbidden knowledge. And that is why he realized he was naked at that point in time. Now, I'm going this way because you have mentioned Eden. And every time you mention Eden, what must come to the mind of every person is how it was meant to be originally.
Yeah.
So, talking about it, how was it meant to be originally?
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, one of the things that I would like us to understand is if actually it should be, how righteous, like how the path it should go and it will still be righteous. Like the righteous path of tech.
Yeah.
Technology.
So, yes.
In building.
Okay.
Okay. So,
How it should be, just as you said, in Eden, how it should be.
So in building into that, I initially said in my defining technology the application of scientific knowledge, right? So you will see that in the basic things that Adam did in the garden, just like if I said the other time, naming of the animals, even cultivating, the first work he was given was to cultivate the garden. In cultivating the garden, that is application of knowledge, and that is technology. Now, because he had that innate desire and ability, curiosity to grow in knowledge, it means that as knowledge increases, technology must increase. So it's safe to say that science and technology have a direct relationship. As scientific knowledge increases, the application of that knowledge, this technology, must increase. Now, it therefore means that in the beginning there was room, there was a space for creativity, there was a space for technology. The issue we have today, and which I feel has bettered or necessitated this discussion, is when humans now dive into, and I don't want to rush because I believe we are going to get there, is when humans now delve into the forbidden aspects
Of the knowledge.
Okay. But as far as technology is concerned, I believe it was meant to be from the beginning.
So tech is not unrighteous.